So we've been buying plants again, as you can see, not that we need any more. We've bought these from a company called Grow Tropicals, which we came across a few days ago, a new company to us that sells plants, and we were really impressed with the range of plants and the prices they were being sold for. We've managed to get our hands on quite a few plants that we've been after for a while, although we've been buying the smaller plants, as we mentioned in our previous video, how to get the plants that you want for less. Buy small is one of the tips, so that's exactly what we've done here. So we've bought a number of smaller plants at a lower price so that we can hopefully help them grow to their full potential and save money in the long run in adding those plants to our collection. So we actually made one order to begin with, which is in this box, and then very shortly afterwards we received an email to say that new stock and even sale items had been added to the website. So of course we made the possibly mistake of going back on, and we found a couple of other things which are in this box, this larger box, that we also wanted to add to the collection. And there we go. So we've got 5 plants. Let's open these up and see exactly what they are. So this is the Epipremnum Global Green. So maybe this has been bashed about a little bit in the transit on its way here, because you can see there's quite a bit of soil on the leaves. The plant itself, soil aside, the plant itself is quite a large plant. There's lots of vines on there. There's new leaves coming up on the ends of most of the vines. Actually, there are a couple of little bits that have snapped there. I'm not too concerned about those. So overall, very happy with this. It just needs a bit of a tidy up. So these ones are all smaller plants, and they should all be different types of philodendrons. The first one that we've got is, I'm not sure why I've made the note philodendron, but this is an alocasia pink dragon. So we've got the lovely, I think the leaves are quite telling that it's an alocasia. Lovely alocasia leaves, and this has got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 leaves, all very healthy looking, if you can see there in the light, and the lovely pink stems. So all in all, this, very happy with this. Okay, so this one looks like the Philodendron Florida. There's lots of leaves on there and new ones on the way. So a very healthy plant. Okay, and this next one. So this is, again, quite a little plant, but a large little plant, if that makes sense. You can see all of these lovely, completely surrounded by leaves, based on the stems. If you can see there, little furry stems, or not furry stems actually, prickly stems. This is the Philodendron squamiferum, and you can actually see there's 2 new leaves on the way in the middle, if you can see that. So really happy with that. So this one we're expecting to be the Philodendron Pink Princess. Again, look at the size of that plant. Just use my hand for size reference, or even against me. This is a really good size plant for this size pot. This is only a 5 or 6 centimetre, I think it's a 6 centimetre like baby nursery pot. Loads of leaves. There's probably maybe 10 or 11 leaves on there. Lots of new little ones at the bottom. So overall, looks like a nice healthy plant, all intact. Very pleased with this one too. Okay, so let's have a look what's in the second box. This one's quite a bit bigger. We do have a couple of other larger plants in there, I think 12 centimetre potted plants, as well as a couple of little ones. So let's see what we've got. So we've put that large box on the floor just so that we've got room to unwrap these plants, and taken the cardboard cylinders out with the plants in. So we've got 2 larger plants here and the smaller ones here. So let's unwrap them and have a look at them. This one is the Philodendron Bipenifolium aurea. I think that's probably pertaining to the colour there. If you can see that sort of greeny yellow leaf on top. As you can see, lovely lime green to yellowy leaves there. Really nice bright colour. New leaf on the way in the middle, if you can see that, and lots of little leaves on the base. Okay, and the second plant that we got from that was this very small plant. Actually, if you can see the really small leaves there, just 2 tiny leaves coming out the pot. This one is a little bit of a gamble for us because this is a little bit more specialist than we'd usually go for, and even this size as well. We probably wouldn't buy plants quite this small because they might need a little bit more care and attention to get them to grow as well. And this was a little bit more expensive because it is a more specialist type plant. So this is a Monstera obliqua Amazonas, or Bolivia. The challenge I had was there were 2 listings. One was listed as Amazonas. This was also listed as Amazonas, but it was also listed as Bolivia in the description. So it looks like they're quite similar plants in terms of how they grow and the leaves and so on. So hopefully we can keep this alive, and we'll see what the leaves look like when they develop and start developing their fenestrations. So now on to one of the larger plants. This is a Maranta leucanura lemon lime. You can probably see where it gets its name with the lovely dark green leaves and the lime markings and veining on them. So it looks really healthy, and it's also been flowering. It's still got a flower there on the top, if you can see that there. So it's obviously been very happy where it was. Really pleased with this. This was bought on quite a significant sale as well, so I wasn't sure whether it was because the plant was perhaps not the best quality or perhaps needed a bit of TLC, which is sometimes the case. I can't see anything wrong with this plant that for a reason that I'd put it on the type of sale that it was on. And then our final plant. So this final plant is another that we've been after for a while and then found it at a really good price on this website. So Epipremnum pinnatum dark blue form. This as a plant looks really nice and healthy, nice long vine there. It looks like there's a new leaf on the way at the end. More new leaves sort of in the middle of the plant, as you can see there. So really pleased with this one as well. And as we mentioned before, we don't like paying over the odds for plants. In fact, we like paying the best price we can find for them. So we'll also cover off the prices that we've paid, and which we think were really reasonable for these plants that we've got. So we've got the Philodendron Florida here. This was just $3.99. We've got the Philodendron Squamiferum, again $3.99 for this one. The Philodendron Pink Princess was just $7.99 for a plant of this size, and the Alocasia Pink Dragon was $5.49. Then the Epipremnum Global Green was $7.99 for that plant that we saw earlier. The Philodendron Bipennifolium aurea, this was only $3.99, so similar to the other smaller baby plants. This one, which we said was a bit of a gamble, so it was a bit of a gamble in terms of the specialist nature of the plant, the size of the plant, and the price of the plant. So we paid £20 for this, £20 for 2 tiny leaves. However, it was down from 60, so a significant saving on the original price. And when I did look at the 2 different varieties, the Amazonas or the Bolivia type of this plant, the Monstera obliqua, both were significantly higher in price, buying usually larger plants or cuttings of this type of plant. So even though it looks like a very, very, very small plant, and it is, I still think that was a very good price for £20, and that's part of the reason why I decided to make that gamble. So worst case scenario, if it doesn't make it, if we can't look after it how we should, then I'll be disappointed, but I won't have broken the bank in giving this a go. And if it does grow into its full size potential, then this is a really specialist and potentially very valuable plant to have and to get into the collection at just £20. The Maranta that we had next with really great size plant. This again was on sale. I can't remember the exact price it came down from. It was $15.49, so we paid $15.49 for this. It looks like it's in a 12 centimetre pot. I believe it was down from £49 or £50. So again, that's a 70% saving thereabouts, a very significant saving on the plant there. So we did sort of think maybe it needed that TLC, as I said earlier. However, can't see any reason as to why this plant would be on that kind of sale. And then lastly, the need to remind myself what it is. Epipremnum pinnatum dark blue form. This was just £7.49. So overall, really great prices for what we got. We also got a 10% new customer discount, so even better prices. And I'm sure once we pop them up, they'll grow really fast. So just like our Grow Your Indoor Jungle for Less video, it pays to shop around and to do a little bit of research of who's selling what and at what price. And sometimes even pays to buy on sale, as it doesn't necessarily mean that the plants are on sale for a particular reason. It could just be a stock clearance as opposed to any poor quality plants, as we've found here. I hope you found this video interesting in finding out what I got from Grow Tropicals and how I grow my houseplant collection. I've got another video which I'll link at the end, which is all about how much I pay for plants, where I get them from, and what the retailers might pay at wholesale for them, so that I know whether I'm getting a good deal or not, and I'm getting my plants for the best possible price. So if you want to grow your indoor jungle for less, then check out that video next. If you've got any other examples of plant finds or where to buy plants from for great prices, then please do share them in the comments below so that others can do the same. If you'd like to see more content like this, hit the subscribe button and we'll have new videos every week, usually on a Saturday. Thank you for watching Grow Your Wellbeing.